Shalom. My name is James, and this is Deliverance with Yah Only. I am a messenger of the Most High Yah and the sign brother in the truth to speak truth to you. I'll be speaking with you under the title of Life Coach for spiritual deliverance, detoxing of spirits and sinful habits, removing spirits and maintaining your freed up status and seal, breaking covenants, agreements, and habits from spirits. This is not a camp of any form. This is simply a channel name for the Most High's work to be done and presented to you. Today's topic we're going to be speaking on, or this video, we're going to be speaking on fornication, what the Old Testament speaks about fornication. I want to start off in Exodus 22 and verse 16. It reads, "And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed and lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife." Now, breaking that scripture down, it says that if a man entice a maid, so when we look at that word entice in the dictionary, we see enticed, meaning to attract, seduce, tempt, bait, decoy, entrap, etc. And it goes on and on. So first off, we have a man that is trying to attract a woman, seduce a woman, tempt a woman, bait a woman, entrap a woman. And this maid happens not to be betrothed. So she is not engaged to another man. And he lay with her. So, he slept with her, had intercourse with her. And the scripture says, he shall surely endow her to be his wife. And so when we speak on fornication and one night stands, um, trying to soak royal oats, uh, trying to get your release, squirt, squirt, all this, that, and another, everything that people talk about. Um, all of that is not lawful. All of that is not righteous. All of that is not godly. So when you speak about this verse right here, we're speaking about what the Most High has to say about people laying with one another, that when they're laying with one another, they need to be prepared to get married. Especially, it's that man's responsibility to endow her to be his wife. And so, in a later topic, I'll be speaking on um, is sex marriage? And I'll go deeper into the father's role for those of you who read into verse 17 under here, but I'm not going to get into that in this video. I wanted to speak on that in another video because fornication is its own topic. People are interested in it. People will be keyword searching this in YouTube. So I wanted to split it up and chop it up so that um, the people who watch this video and search for this video can see fornication. And then with me explaining myself right now, you'll be able to see the other video I'm speaking of, and you can go watch that video too. Like, share, and subscribe, of course. And so, speaking on this one, um, we're speaking about people thinking that's regular sex, regular intercourse with strangers, random people, so on and so forth, no strings attached, all these different things like that. No, sir, no, ma'am. Strings attached, and the Most High sees what you're doing. He sees what's going on, and it is not acceptable. That is why fornication is looked down upon as a sin. And we're going to get into um, um, not only why it's a sin, but we're going to get into the basic reason why the Most High labels these different acts sins. Um, when you think about the 10 Commandments, thou shalt not kill, steal. You don't want nobody killing you. You don't want nobody stealing from you. So, with that being said, that's the Most High protecting us, the Most High putting those laws in place so that people will not try to steal and kill you and do evil to you. So those commandments are protecting you. And Most High made those things sins so that it will be a negative um, outlook, connotation, negative um, energy towards it to make people not want to do that so it won't be popular, where it won't be running rampant. So that is why sin is a negative thing, and that is why sin is something that people look at as a negative thing, because the Most High wanted it to be that way to cause you to turn away from doing that, not doing that at all, so that the people who it affects, including the person doing it, so that they don't have to go through that in their life. They don't have to have those effects. They don't have to deal with those hardships that come with these different acts that are unrighteous. So, with that being said, when we're talking about sin, we're talking about unrighteous acts that the Most High is labeling as sin to get you to understand on a low level, just to honor the Most High and not do it. And then you won't have to go through the hardships that come with that. But then on a different level, um, is um, like I said, trying to protect you. And then on another level is trying to prevent you from going through those different hardships and ruining your life in some cases, ruining other people's lives. And, like I said, it's trying to protect us and keep people from doing these certain things so that they won't think it's okay to where they'll just continuously do it. You see what I'm saying? So when people are fornicating, um, we see it in real time, real life. You know, women get mad, men get mad, doing this whole dating thing, this whole single thing. Yeah, as soon as I gave him some, he didn't have nothing else to say to me. As soon as, I was with her and lay with her, she was done. She got what she wanted, whatever, this, that, and other. They didn't hear from them anymore. Um, you know, those things hurt people. And depending on who you are, where you are in life, who you're dealing with, what status of the person is that you're dealing with, whether it's not a mutual feeling where you're like, man, if you're a woman, you met this guy, he's to top notch to you, all this, that, and other. But in his mind, he like, she just decent and regular, and he just about to hit that and be done. But for the woman's standpoint, the guy may have a status with her where she like, this may be the one. Same thing happens with guys. So when it comes down to this fornication, that's where people's feelings get hurt. Um, um, that's where a lot of hardship happens. That's where a lot of people's hearts turn cold and hard. That's where you have men treating women like they're just sex, and from this fornication, because they can just get it, get in, get out, and then they move on to the next one. That's what this fornication spirit produces. And we're going to get into the spiritual side of this too. But um, when it comes down to that fornication spirit, please understand that people have to accept the concept of fornication. People have to be in agreement with it, accept it, and they have to, on purpose, do these things. So it's not just a spirit just consistently and entirely overtaking them, causing them to commit this fornication. What it is people are thinking it's okay. So then they make covenant with the spirit of fornication. They and commit the act. And they so like I said, when it comes down to fornication, there are a lot of things that come along with it. And when it comes down to the Most High's word, which is our principle, in this matter is how people are operating is the exact opposite of it. And so, like I said, that man's heart get broken, that woman's heart gets broken. They are used. Um, when it comes to the next person, their confidence in being with the next person or not being with them sexually. I mean, I'm talking about talking to the next person. They'll shy away from that. They won't want to do that because they just got hurt, or whether it was years ago, whatever the case may be. That's where that doubt begins to come and set in when it comes down to men and women relations concerning this fornication. They feel used. They feel all different types of things. But that's exactly what happened. They did get used. Their body got used. They were looked at as body parts. And so the Most High doesn't want us being looked at as body parts. When He breathed into man in Genesis, we became a living soul. And that is where the Most High wants us to look at one another as souls, as people, not as body parts and just, breast and bottom and, uh, penis. You know what I'm saying? That's not all we are. That is not all that. We're not simply dumbed down to that. Um, that's what was one of the main issues with slavery was our people being looked at as just that and workers, completely wrong, completely ignorant, completely wicked. So, and you can't even call that slavery, but that's a whole nother topic. It definitely wasn't servitude would actually happen. Consider the Bible where people try to justify it, but let me not get off topic. Um, so, like I said, the Most High is trying to protect us with His word, and the world and people with their own biased opinions, their own lust, their own greed, their own agenda, them playing God in their own life. And then when they get involved with somebody else and bring them into um, a situation where they attract the person with the enticing, they seduce the person, they tempt the person, they bait the person out there, they entrap the person, they operate as a decoy, as if they are a righteous man or righteous woman, as if they are a good person with a good heart, and so on and so forth. They entice them. They tell them what they want to hear. They go through a whole spiel. Um, they even rehearse some of them. Um, some of them even look for people with low self esteem. And I've seen people who tour around the world, tour around the US, teaching people dating tips on how to make people fall in love with them. And they do it by causing the people that they're teaching to look for people who have low self esteem. And that way, they find people with low self esteem. They can take them for everything they got and then include them fornicating with them. So, like I said, um, fornication is it acceptable? Not at all. Do people do it? Yes. Are they going to be judged for it? Yes. Is it a sin? Yes. And um, this video was inspired by somebody speaking to me about the New Testament and saying that it is clear in the New Testament fornication isn't good and that it's a sin. But what about the Old Testament? Here it is. Here's your answer. Um, so, like I said, I'm recovering from a sore throat and cold and stuff like that. So, pardon me. So, anyways, Exodus verse 16, Exodus 22, verse 16. And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed, she's single, and lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife. So I'm going to have another video out coming out talking about whether women should be waiting for marriage after sex. The scripture speaks it right there, gives you your answer right there. I'm just gonna make a video and speak on it directly so that people who are searching for that same thing, so that you can get that direct answer. Um, the title of this is Fornication, so maybe everybody will listen to all of my videos, maybe not, maybe what they're just specifically looking for. So, anyways, let's speak about the man's position. The man's position, whether he believes in the Most High or not at this time, he is tempting the Most High's daughter. Of course, he's a son. He may not have come in yet to the truth or have a relationship with the Most High yet, but his position is that he has attracted, seduced, tempted, entrapped a woman into laying with him, and with him doing that, he needs to make her his wife. And his position is that he's the one tempting. Um, Women do the same thing. You know, they're single. They want to be with guys, and like I said, with the world, they take on this Western mindset where just laying around with anybody, sleeping with anybody, no consequences, no strings attached. It's not the case. And so, with this being said, the woman, she also has to submit to, and she has to become that man's wife. Um, Only way she gets out of that is her father. And if you read verse 17, then you see what that's talking about. But if the father doesn't deny and refuse, both of these people need to be married. So with that being said, the man's position, that's what his is. He's not supposed to be laying with all these different women and not marrying them. Polygyny, yes, he has to make them his wife, how many ever wives he takes. But if the dude only wants to do serial monogamy, because that's what it ends up turning into. Fornication is serial monogamy. So whenever you done slept with a woman, if you're not married to her and you done went to the next woman, you ain't marry her, you went on to the next woman, you ain't marry her, you in serial monogamy. You don't believe in one man, one woman relationships. No, you do not at all. And you just gonna have to face that. I'm gonna keep it real with you. No chaser. If you done slept with women and you didn't marry each one that you slept with, then sir, you definitely are a serial monogamous according to you believe in one man, one woman. And then same thing with you, woman, serial monogamous as well. You know, um, there's no other way to say it. So with that being said, if you truly believed in monogamy, then the first person you slept with, you would have married them and y'all would have made it work out. If y'all got a divorce, then that's lawful too. Y'all got a divorce. She gets her bill of divorcement. She gets to go free, marry whoever she wants. And then, man, you get to go marry whoever you want if it's all monogamy like that. So, there's no problem with that divorce as long as it's, grounds for it. So with that being said, um, that's what the fornication produces, the whole serial monogamy thing. Otherwise, if you are, you know, um, in polygyny, then you need to be marrying um, each woman that you're sleeping with, and it shouldn't be about sex anyway. But like I said, for the fornication part, this is what we talking about in this video. Um, Men are not supposed to be sleeping with women without marrying them. If men were marrying women, it would cause them to slow down. They wouldn't have no high body count of 100. Please understand. These different laws put in place would be putting caps on y'all to where y'all wouldn't have all these different bodies. y'all wouldn't be all up in these high numbers. Now, I understand we coming to the truth. We didn't know these things. I didn't know these things. So with that being said, I'm speaking to y'all moving forward from this day forth. Now that you understand, now that you know, this is what you need to be operating under to where you can be operating correctly. You didn't know before, so those sins were in ignorance. Now that you know, this is how um, we need to be moving forward as far as people subscribed on this channel, people who are listening to this video and understanding exactly what it is that I'm saying. So the man's position, his position, especially if he believes he's a man of the Most High, especially if he's striving, he's believing, he's moving forward, you have to be making that step of obedience towards the Most High and His Word and what He's revealing to you and what He's telling you. Sex is not a light thing. Women are not the only ones who are emotional, men do too. So, with that being said, uh, people who talk all that effeminate stuff, all this, that, and other, when you sleep with people and you actually care about them and you know them and everything like that, emotions are in it. When you just doing it, fornicating, you cold hearted, you doing it for body parts, everything like that, yeah, you ain't got no type of feelings at all. You cold hearted, you distant, you this, you that. And there's no point of even really laying with somebody like that because when a man is knowing a woman, that's exactly what the scriptures say. It's supposed to be a man knowing his wife, knowing her, not a man just being with a woman for a moment and then they're not together the next moment. That's not what it is. So, sticking on top of it, the man's position, his responsibility. If he's going to go entice her and do all this, that, and another, go ahead and don't do a half job. You need to follow through and you need to marry that woman. You need to go ahead and talk to her father. You need to ask for her hand in marriage and y'all need to get married. You wanted her that bad, then that's what you need to do. You need to have her. And like I said, this will be slowing guys down. If you want a woman and she look that good to you, it will make a man think about the rest of his life with her, whether that's what he wants to do, whether she is who he wants. Not only that, more questions that come up. You gonna have to go to prayer. Most High, give me confirmation that this the woman for me. You're not just about to be laying down with anybody. So the man in this position who's going to be the head of the household, who is going to be praying over his wife, having children with this woman, all these different things like that, he has a lot of responsibility. So just laying with women and different things like that, you know, taking this serious and having a relationship with the Most High, especially looking to stay clean spiritually, because I'm about to get on that, um, is crucial, to your walk with the Most High. Um, so, like I said, that's the man's responsibility. The woman's responsibility, when it comes down to a man trying to entice her, same thing for the woman. Most High, is this who I'm supposed to be with? Is this a true man of you? Um, I understand. Women know what they look like. You understand you look good, or if you don't, or whatever the case may be. So, dude wants to be with you. You have to be paying attention to the other memorials of women who have gone through this fornication with guys, being used, all these different things like that. You're going to have to understand that if you're not going to become a statistic, then you are going to have to take these steps. Most High, I understand He want me. He talking all good, everything like that. I need confirmation, Most High. And if Most High ain't giving you confirmation, then you need to keep it moving. And you need to be asking up front. You gonna, is he gonna make you his wife? Talking about certificate of marriage and everything. Yes, official and everything. And I'm talking about him writing out the certificate of marriage. I'm not talking about the whole government thing. I'm talking about on Most High only scriptural basis. He's supposed to write out a certificate of marriage himself to the woman, um, give them that woman a nose ring, and then consummate the marriage. That's what seals the deal. Um, so when it comes down to it, the women have a responsibility in this too. It's not all on the man, and she doesn't have to lay down with that man. Otherwise, it's rape. If you laying down and being forced to lay down, that's a whole different thing. But if you're laying down with this dude, um, you should be knowing whether he's gonna make you his wife or not. And the only way to really lock that in to where you gonna be secure and have the Most High's blessing is by you getting that confirmation from the Most High. And you might as well go ahead and have him meet your father if he's in your life. Otherwise, your mother, if she's in your life. And then if neither one of them are in your life, then um, that's where you need to be getting confirmation from the Most High. And then you need to receive that certificate of marriage from that man first. Um, Handle your marriage first and make that laying down together, knowing one another, be that last thing. Um, Hold on. So with that said, that's the woman's position for this video. Keeping it simple as possible. Um, Next thing to get into spiritual transfer of spirits. Now, please understand, this is a deliverance channel. So when we talking about deliverance, we talking about the man and the woman. So if he's already cool with committing fornication with you, he most likely is going to pass that spirit to you, woman. And if she's ready to commit fornication with you and not marry you afterwards, bro, uh, she already got that spirit of fornication on her. So with that being said, she's already letting you know, he's already letting you know what's going on with them on a spiritual level. Um, Not having any cares in the world about what happens next, this, that, and another. However they approach you, however they speak to you, however they seduce you, attract you, tempt you, bait you to, be a decoy to you and trap you, whatever. Um, we got to be watchful out here. Um, there's a thing where the Most High in the garden, um, you know, he would meet with Adam and Eve in the cool of the day. And if you think that Most High didn't know that serpent was there, I don't know why you wouldn't think he would know that. But please understand that the Most High approves his people. So when it comes down to you saying that you trust in the Most High, believe in the Most High, you keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, so on and so forth, Most High is going to be proving you and testing you to see whether that's what you're doing and whether you are being wise. Because a lot of people speak about how they have knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and discernment, and they got all these high standards for other brothers and sisters who are speaking to them, trying to get at them, trying to, tell them, hey, Most High, lead me to you. I'm trying to get with you, so on and so forth, this, that, and other. And they get turned down. But somehow this serpent slither up in there, and this wicked brother, this wicked sister get up in there, and where all that knowledge and wisdom and understanding went, who knows? But next thing you know, they're in a bad situation, they need help, so on and so forth. It happens. But the thing is you got to be real with yourself and understand that a lot of times people get caught up in that outward appearance. They get caught up in that attraction, that seduction, that tempted, being baited out, that decoy, being entrapped. And this is what I'm telling you. So, um, whether it's a woman or a man saying that they're a man or woman of the Most High, um, you're going to have to prove it yourself too. That's why I said you need to be asking for confirmation. That's why I said you need to be praying. That's why I said you don't need to be rushing, laying down with them. Um, and that shouldn't be a habit either. But if you have a problem just laying with people just over and over, and you never, and you still continuously doing that, that's a sign letting you know that you got that fornication spirit there, and there's quite a few other spirits there as well. So then um, I'll let that be that. Um, and then we talk about STDs. So if somebody's fornicating with people like that, they bound to have something. They land with different people, so on and so forth. No commitment there. No desire to get married. They gonna catch something. They out there. So with that being said, if you're not out there and the other person is out there, you about to they about to be giving you some out there type of stuff. So if you get something, then that comes along with the territory. So, but like I said, speaking on fornication, um, and letting y'all know about what the Old Testament has to say about it, giving y'all some understanding on the commandments, why they're considered as sins, because some people just like, man, is that a sin? Just another, and the sin is basically disobeying the Most High, and that's really what sin is: disobeying His word, what He said, what He already declared to you to be true. You didn't think it was true because you operated and acted on it in the opposite, contrary way, and so you didn't believe Him. So with that being said, that's what sin is, and you didn't trust Him, you didn't believe Him. You went in, and then you had to find out the consequences the hard way. You had to find out why He said not to lie, steal, kill, and commit adultery, things like that. Why it's a sin, why it's not good, why it brings death and cursing into your life instead of life and blessing into your life. So, with that being said, um, now that you know, make better decisions. Now that you know, ask the Most High these questions. You're going to have to lean on this relationship with the Most High heavy, especially if you're saying in the truth, heavy. Um, no point in you saying that you in the truth and you believing in the Most High if you're not willing to do this, if you're not willing to pray to the Most High. Um, for the New Testament people, you supposed to be praying without ceasing. That's what the New Testament says. Old Testament, it's already known that you're supposed to be praying. Most High, that's where Most High declared that His house is a house of prayer in the Old Testament. New Testament just said it again. So, you know, this has already been known. Um, so you always supposed to be praying. You always supposed to be trusting Most High, acknowledging Him. Whoever the man or woman is that's coming to talk to you, you know, if you a woman and it's a man trying to entice you, you need to be asking him to hold Bible study with you. Let's go through the scriptures. If he can't even hang one session, what is that telling you? You know, just roll with the signs. Seriously, you can't believe everything that people telling you because it is lying spirits out here too. And like I said, with the people needing this deliverance, there's multiple spirits in them. So they lying, they narcissistic, they tempting you, they seducing you, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot going on. So you have to really protect yourself and, really stay on top of it. Um, you got a relationship with the Most High. He knows the truth. He has the secret things he can reveal. You need to trust him. Um, and so, like I said, that's fornication. me going into it, um, and what I was led to go into it on. If Most High gives me more, I'll make another video, go into it deeper. Um, so with that being said, you can contact me at dwyodeliverance at yahoo.com. That's DWYODELIVERANCE at yahoo.com. If you want to make a donation to my Cash App, that is money sign MALICHICHP4. That's Malachi chapter 4. Money sign MALICHICHP4. Contact me on email if you got questions, you want to talk about something concerning deliverance, you got questions. Um, if you need deliverance in person, contact me, let me know. We can work things out. If you want to start deliverance um, sessions over the phone, let me know where we are on that. The Most High does have me doing um, a, a donation based sort of thing for me doing the sessions with people, helping people get delivered and different things like that. So I don't have any pricing. That's just going to be based off of what the Most High is revealing to you um, to bring forth and to give me what He's speaking to you. So you know it's going to require you being transparent, honest, and what the Most High is speaking to you. It requires you to hear what He's saying. Some people have less to give, some people have more to give. So, um, like I said, I try to give good quality information, stay in tune with the Most High on what to speak on next concerning these videos. And like I said, um, just doing the very best that I can to help you guys out, cause you to understand so that the doubts, the worries, um, so the idol doesn't stand in the way of y'all getting this deliverance and many other things. Um, a lot of people don't want to come forth to the truth. A lot of people don't want to acknowledge the truth about themselves, that they do fornicate, that they like fornicating, that they're not going to stop fornicating, but they know they need deliverance. So, like I said, y'all watching this video doing self reflection. Um, you know, really think on yourself, reflect on yourself, and see what it is where you at. You know, everyone should be asking themselves questions all the time to find out where you are, to stay in tune with who you are, your core person. Um, so, with that being said, um, shalom.